Yeah. Are there any changes to the agenda? Casey has them.
It has some, yeah. So for 72, 12, 13, I changed it last week and forgot to change it next week up. So allocate up to $4,250 for permanent equipment. And then at the end, having and get further resolved, allocate $225 from budget increases, account 1099 to Genesee Food Club, account 402, to cover shipping costs.
I think just looking at the documentation of $75 says 1,800 total academic drawing fund, 76 says 1,500 seems to be the other way around.
Okay, so we'll just put the numbers. Yeah. Okay, then Casey's last one. We're flipping the numbers.
So it's gonna be 1,508.
And then from 31, 12, 13, that's causing swing dance club, you can strike from their actual rating in their travel expenses, $600 for tolls. So then you can reduce the overall rating by $300, it will reallocate up to $1,988 and 25 cents. So that's it.
Are there any other changes to the agenda? Okay, moving on to approval of the minutes, but we're not going to approve the minutes this week because they haven't been sent out yet, because last week was really long. Updates, Dara.
Hi, everybody. Okay. Updates following see on Twitter. The professor recognition ceremony is now accepting submissions for nominations. You can find the nomination online on Nightlink at geneseo.edu. It's an event, and it's a really great ceremony. It's the second year that we've asked students to nominate their professors, and it's a really meaningful experience for the professors. When they win the award, we give out 4 a year. They really appreciate getting an award from their students, and it looks really great for your department, or whatever department you're from. Of course, you don't have to nominate within your own major or minor. It looks really great for the department, it looks really great for the professor, and again, we really appreciate it. So nominate your professors. Nominations are open until April 5th. If you're interested in being a part of the recognition ceremony committee that's going to look through all of the nominations and then help decide based on a rating scale who wins, please talk to me after the meeting or email me at SAAC or email RKB2. The Wells Report is still accepting articles for their submissions this semester, as is Opus, the English Club, and they will be accepting them until April 1st. Pie Day is tomorrow, and there will be free pie in Sturgis Study Lounge at 3:14 p.m. Hi! I know, it's hilarious. Okay. Sophies, please do your Sophies. They are, I don't know if they're open now or they will be open soon. It's really, really important to the faculty that you do it. That's how they determine if they're gonna, it counts towards their tenure, it counts towards their career. So it's really important that you do it. Even if you don't like a professor, even if you don't really care, please fill out all of your Sophies. Let's see, Relay for Life, I hope everybody's signing up. There's a whole bunch of clubs that got t-shirts, and the Astronomy Club went to the planetarium. Please vote yes on the please vote to keep your mandatory student activity mandatory. The yes thing didn't work out, but mandatory, please. You have free will, but we really request that you do that. And VMT tickets are still on sale. And I have new volunteer times. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just like to do all of the updates. I do have new volunteer times though for Great Day. Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. and Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. If you guys want to be up that early on a great day. If you're interested, please talk to me after. Olivia?
I don't have as many updates. First of all, please vote to keep first and PVPs mandatory. Also, so IRC is calling for letters of intent for its elections. We, if you are going to be an on-campus student next year and are interested in an elevated leadership position, it's a really, really fun experience. My entire career has been shaped by IRC. So if you're living on campus, letters of intent are due to the SBA office by 4 p.m. on March 29th, that's a Friday, and we'll be having elections on April 1st. If you think that this is something you might be interested in, and again, you do have to be living on campus next year, please come talk to me. My email is sairc@geneseo.edu. That's all I've got. Oh, and have a great spring break.
Stacy.
Hi everyone, so as you can tell, feeling too well this week, as evidenced by all mistakes, I guess. But budget review also has not been set yet, and so while most of you heard, or your presidents and treasurers heard during the review hearings, that they would hear before spring break of the final results, they're not going to be in your mailboxes by then, so don't worry if you don't get them. No one will. And so those will be announced after spring break, and the appeals process will still be done after that. If you have any questions, you can email me at DBA, geneseo.edu.
Justin.
So I'm a complete and utter failure at this job because I don't have the everything that promised last 2 weeks. But I hear tell that there's a week coming up where we'll have except for those that I already have. So I'll prepare that up to spring break. Don't have it. And it feeds into that thing I really want to do, Minute Democracy Rally. If you're not familiar with Minute Democracy, it's a really good policy that encourages students to stand up for their friends or acquaintances. Who pose a threat to themselves, a danger to themselves or others as a result of intoxication. It's a really good program. We want to make sure that that's in Scottsdale. That's where it might not be. It's placed in the code of conduct. So there should be a rally in support of that. We'll be starting at the union in March or when it's going to run before the college council meeting because they're the ones who will vote on whether that's policies or so look forward to that. That'll also be kind of the every week. That we all have what we call class obligation, except for those who already have. And second of all, there'll be a club sports meeting the Tuesday, and that'll be when we revisit our bylaws and constitution. So Tuesday after break, I know it takes a second, and this is another reason why I'm a complete utter failure. I still haven't put to a room, but you'll be hearing where that room is. Just keep that time free, and I'll send out an email to all of you about where that room is. If you're a club sport, you have to do that Tuesday.
See?
CASA's poker night is coming up. You guys may remember that they were here to do a reading for that, and it's coming up after spring break. So after that, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. LSA's dinner is also shortly after spring break on March 30th. Correct me if I'm wrong, LSA, March 30th? I'm guessing that's correct. And doors will open at 5:30 for that. And Pride and Wax dinner is going to be carnival themed, and it is April 17th. So lots of exciting events coming up. Go sometime.
Yeah.
I checked MGMT ticket sales about 2 hours ago. It was about $6.50. So definitely buy a new ticket before you go home for break because after that it's going to be released to the public. The last thing is AC elections closed this Friday at 4. So if you have any interest in being involved in Activities Commission, definitely talk to me after the meeting.
Forrest.
As you all know, Justin Jones, as you all know, the referendum vote is going on right now. If you have not voted, you have an hour and like 3 minutes. So I encourage all of you to vote. I'm sure most of you have already. Just tell everyone vote. I don't care who you vote for in the SA elections, but I definitely encourage all of you to vote yes. Mandatory.
Patty.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to have everybody, everybody please have a stay. Spring break, we want to all back here safely after.
Kate.
Just a reminder, there won't be a check run on March 27th because students will be here next week to approve and check it. We'll start off there.
Totally forgot. There is one. The Club Sport meeting will be on Tuesday, Tuesday after spring break at 7 p.m. in TV. 7 p.m.
Okay, so for me, this past week, I met with Dr. Bonfilio, and I also met with one of the candidates for the Director of Affirmative Action position that is currently open. Aside from that, one, you guys should all vote yes in the referendum, if mandatory student activities be mandatory. And then also, there's this other thing called the SUNY mascot competition that's going on. And I encourage all of you to vote for Geneseo because I really don't want to lose to Maritime. That goes deep.
The school of the current student trustee.
But other than that, do you guys have any open? Oh, okay.
So the Landmark starting election is after spring break. All our keyboard positions are up for grabs, so if anything, come talk to me afterwards. I've got the Landmark office anytime.
Not just, do you have an hour left to vote? You have an hour left to get everyone you know to vote as well. If the referendum fails and the activity fee becomes voluntary, the people who are left here next year are gonna have a very bad time with things. Everything that you do on campus will come to a screeching halt. It will be unimaginable. The student life that you have come to know over the past 2 years will just so get everyone to vote mandatory.
Oh, Sarah?
Sorry, I have a lot of notes, so I get confused. But our AAC elections will be on April 30th. That's 2 weeks after Great Day. So if you're interested in running for AAC, I really, really encourage you to do so, to talk to me or any of my board members. 3 of them are running for SA next year, so you've met with Rob, Effie, and Riley. Talk about their positions. It's a really great way to get involved with student government. I mean, so is being an SA rep. When I was SA rep and on AAC, look at me now. So do it, please. I thought that one over in my head and decided it wasn't a good idea, but I did it anyway. And finally, the Sociology Club, they're having their first Soch conference this year, and it's going to be on April 13th. They're going to have a panel with all of the sociology professors, so if you're interested in sociology, if you're a major, if you just want to hear them talk, you should really check it out. Thank you.
Okay, seeing no further open updates, moving on to old business, item 69-1213. Be it resolved, the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $126 from budget increases account 1099 to SA programs account 1002 to create a startup budget for Chess Club at Geneseo, second of 2 readings, Chess Club. Awesome.
I don't know.
I'm just here to explain why you guys want budget.
I'm Kristen from Chess and we are our startup funds. We're asking for $126 to buy boards and a couple of clocks, which we need to train and practice the competitive team.
Questions, Malcolm?
How many members do you have at the moment?
We have a solid core of 10 members, but there are more on the list that I don't know in my head that come from time to time.
Alright, what are you going to do with the boards and the clocks, like, over summer break?
I'm about getting a locker, keep them here and safe because they are kind of expensive, especially the clocks. If not, our president or one of the e-board members can take them and make sure that they.
Sadie?
When and where do you meet? We meet on Wednesdays in South 241 at 2:30.
Discussion on the reading? Okay, seeing none, moving on to a vote on the reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining? Congratulations, your reading passed 700.
Just make sure to send someone back every week.
Okay. Moving on to item 71-1213, be it resolved, the SA Executive Committee $1,988.75 from SA Programs Conferences, account 1002, to fund Swing Dance Club at the Washington, D.C. Lindy Exchange from April 19th to the 21st, second of 2 readings, Swing Dance.
Hey everyone, I'm Gedney. I am the president of the Swing Dance Club. I'm up here to tell you guys a little bit about DCLX. DCLX is Washington Steel and Day Exchange. Usually we get a group of 10 to 15 people to go down there and we dance all weekend. It's a really good weekend to get your feet wet for a lot of new members and really get a lot better at dancing. I think that the best way to get better is to just dance your heart out. It's a really good program that they set up. We've got, I think, 22 members signed up this year, so it's going to be really nice. Dances go from Friday night, then there's a late night, Saturday all day, Saturday night, Saturday late night, and Sunday afternoon, so we'd be there from Friday to Sunday. Yeah, I think it's a really good opportunity for us to go down here. Also, there was the amendment that we made a mistake with the tolls. There aren't going to be any tolls to take a toll's route down, so that's going to be $300 less instead. Yeah.
Questions for Gabby?
Just the registration, I know in past years, is that like $80 per person?
It is.
It's going to include a t-shirt or is the t-shirt extra?
It does include it.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't pay that for it.
Okay. Sure.
So it'll be less than.
Okay. Very good.
Sylvia?
And so maybe this is more of a question for Casey. But last week, even though the $600 is no longer part of reading, we're still allocating up to $2,200.
No, we can change it.
We did change it? Oh, okay. Then I must have missed it, sorry.
Justin?
If I need more drivers, so
Yes, we are. We've had recently, we've had a bunch of
Forrest?
Where did the $600 come from?
I think honestly, one of my officers who actually calculated it, I think she went on Google and like it gave them a toll route and like calculated that up on Google Maps. And I think she just was
Discussion on the reading? Kate?
Just if it passes, if somebody could meet with you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Sure.
Seeing no further discussion, moving on to approval of the reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining. Congratulations, your reading passed 700. Moving on, item 72-1213, be it resolved the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $4,250 from permanent equipment, account 2,000, to purchase 5 Concept 11 and Concept 2 Model DPM3 monitors for Geneseo Crew Club, account 101402. And further resolve the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $225 from budget increases, account 1099, Geneseo Crew Club, account 1402, to cover shipping.
Okay, so I'm Rachel, I'm president of Crew. So it's basically a summary of last week. Our team only has 4 birds right now, and it's definitely not close to enough. The place we go in Pittsburgh has 25, and they're a high school team, so I'm embarrassing. But yeah, so we need a lot more. The girls' team right now can have pretty much a 5-minute practice with each person with only the 4 birds. So giving us 9, we can at least have a full boat practice together, or everyone gets a longer practice. So,
Questions?
Dara? Stacy. Recognizing this is the largest amount for the night, but we have a lot on the table tonight. How much do we have going out? Yeah.
A lot, like 30,000, so. Isn't it 10? We kind of, from conferences maybe, or? Oh, no.
No, it's
Yeah.
And how much is converted equipment, just because now we're,
What's that just said?
I mean, I'm sorry, budget.
Budget increase is currently like 60,000.
Great, thanks so much.
Any other questions? Sadie?
I was just wondering if you guys have sliders for these eggs.
no, our team doesn't have any sliders. We've never had any. I don't know that we use them.
Discussion on the reading? Sylvia?
I guess I just want to, in the minutes, that I really hope that you guys have a place, when like new facilities are made and stuff like that for you guys to practice.
Maybe you guys have already seen them.
Seeing no further discussion, voting on the reading, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining? Congratulations, your reading passed 700. Item 73-1213, be it resolved, the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $300 from budget increases account 1099 to Community Health Alliance account 1924 for the creation of picture books for students in Haiti, second of 2 readings, Community Health Alliance.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace, treasurer of the Community Health Alliance. We are asking for $300 to laminate and bind 50 picture books that we're going to bring down to students in Haiti. They're going to be alphabet books with Creole, Haitian Creole translations and pictures. They don't have a lot of school supplies there. Their government funding is 3 black pens and 3 red pens per classroom, 40 students, so that's not a lot. So it's crucial that we laminate them, and because of the climate, it will disintegrate quickly if they are letting them.
Questions? Discussion on the reading? Dara?
I don't know if I made it clear last week, but I love this. I love it. Okay, that's all.
Okay, moving on to approval of the reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining? Your reading passes 700. Moving on to new business. Item 74-1213, be it resolved, the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $3,000 from budget increases account 1099 to SA Programs Conferences account 1002 to fund the current and future conference requests. First to 2 readings, Casey.
I'd first like to point out that I made a mistake. When I filled out the paperwork, I just signed my name at the bottom, and I'm not the organization president, obviously, it's currently. I would like to say that I have her approval for it, and she can voice that now.
Yes, you can put it in the minutes
Okay,
that I
cool.
approve this
Yeah,
request.
so I apologize. Basically, just moving around some money from budget increases to be able to cover what we have right now on the agenda for conferences, and then any of it in the foreseeable future. I haven't heard anything from other clubs asking for money, but just to leave some with over.
Questions for Casey? Malcolm?
How much is in the conference request form before this?
Before, like, so after,
No,
swing
before
dances?
this.
Yeah, after swing dances.
Yeah.
So, like, 182, no. As much like around 2,000, right, Kate?
Yeah.
It was about 4, so I guess I could. So with this, it'd be about 4,800.
Okay.
You have a follow.
The other question I had was, why does the reading say current and future conference requests when the 2 conference readings at the bottom of the agenda add up to just over 3,000, so it's not going to be buying anything but people just today?
Well, like, in overall conferences, we have about 3 days because we have another conference. Because then we have like another reading with someone else once more.
Any other questions for Casey? Discussion on the reading.
I just wanted to tell you that we're going to be putting in a conference about
Okay, moving on to approval of the reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining? The reading passes 601. Moving on to item 75-1213, be it resolved, the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $1,500 from budget increases, account 1099, to Academic Affairs Committee, account 1100, to add to the Social Academic Drawing Fund. First of 2 readings, Academic Affairs Committee.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dara Gale. I sit right there. I run Academic Affairs Committee. I'm really glad to talk this morning, so that was stressful.
So the way the Academic Affairs Committee works is that we fund all of the academic programs, so bio club, geology, sociology, you name it. And they don't have a budget, and they can't come to SA and get a budget. What they do is when they want to come on an event, when they want to take a trip, they come to us and we give them a certain amount of money. And that if they're taking a trip, then it comes from off campus, going to a conference, whatnot. If they're doing a program on campus, like Spanish Club just did a spelling bee, that's going to be the Social Academic Fund. So that's just some background on how we work, because we're a little bit different. This year, we saw an increase in funding and also just from our constitutional changes last year. We changed it to the School of Business, School of Education, and what was School of the Arts, which doesn't exist anymore. They can't represent all of the clubs in their school. They have to have individual clubs. So accounting club, SHRM, which is or something. They have to come individually and ask for money. So with that, we've had more clubs in attendance and they've become more aware of funding through AAC. And that has led to us kind of running out of funds a bit, which is great because that means that people are doing things and I'm so happy. So anyway, in our social, we just did a memo moving $1,000 from our on-campus to our off-campus just so that we could cover everything we have on the agenda for these yesterday and our next AAC meeting, which was added up to about $2,800. So right now, that means that we have $1,272 on campus in that fund, and we want to increase that because aside from the fact that next week, assuming it passes, we will lose another $1,000 and we will only have $272. The end of the year is when our academic clubs put on events like geology end of the year picnic or sociology club 41 mingle. It's like a really nice wrap up the year. Those sorts of celebrations happen a lot and we won't have money to fund that. So we looked at some of our readings from the previous years and realized that about $1,500 will more than enough cover us, and if we have extra, which I'm sure that we will, that goes right to SA at the end of the year. So that's the big.
Questions for Dara? Justin?
I kind of the increase in participation in the budget request for next year.
We added a bit, but because the budget is, I think we added about $300. 350. Because the budget gets requested so early, we didn't know how much we would be running out. So it is small. Athenia knows to look out for this, and she knows the protocol for asking for money.
Discussion on the reading? Justin?
I mean, we had to do this last year. I was more comfortable doing that things. We did it the year before, in fact, I remember. And I think we might have requested a reading for 10 cents for 16 more years.
How much money did you request last year?
1,500.
Perfect.
There's only one round left.
Any other discussion? Malcolm?
Just as a general note, anyone in the room who is going to end up on SA for next year should probably remember this and make a note of it and make sure that you see this coming and you can increase AAC's budget for the year following.
Seeing no further discussion, voting on the reading, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? All those abstaining?
Abstain.
Okay, your reading passes 502, congratulations. Okay. Item 76-1213, be it resolved, the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $1,800 from budget increases, account 1099, to Academic Affairs Committee, account 1100, to add to the off-campus events drawing fund. First of two readings, AAC.
Okay, so same thing. Right now we have $1,061 in off-campus. We will lose $999.99 next week, assuming that the School of Business the Accounting Society reading passes, so that will leave us with $61. Our off-campus fund starts out much larger than our on-campus fund, because conferences are expensive. So that's why we're requesting $1,800 instead of $1,500. Justin is the most effective person in the world, and I think that's everything I got. I hate you.
Questions for Dara? Malcolm?
I'm asking this question now rather than in the last reading because it seems a little more pertinent here, but can you clarify just the difference between when a reading would come from the off-campus fund as opposed to the social academic fund?
Social academic fund is mostly supposed to be for films, dinners that happen on campus, events like the spelling bee that are on campus. Off campus, it's usually conferences, it's usually trips that require travel. Sometimes if it's like an event at Highland Park, that's going to be off campus, I believe. right, Justin? I mean, that's usually the way that it works. But it's usually determined by distance.
But it has nothing to do with whether the students know it.
No, not at all.
Any other questions? Sorry, I feel really popular about the number of pictures that I've taken already.
I literally was like, I'm
Just take a moment.
Okay, any discussion on the reading? Justin?
AAC goes through the off-campus drawings fund a lot more. It requires a lot more money to do an off-campus trip than it does an on-campus. Even though this does cover conferences and things like that, it's like case research. So it does make sense that they're allocating more money to off-campus than on-campus.
It's like, just so you guys know, I live with him, this is what like my life is like. Sorry, a lot of poses.
Okay, any other discussion? Moving on to voting on the reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining?
I abstain.
Congratulations, your reading passed week 1, 5-0-2. Item 77-1213, be it resolved, the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $1,108.61 for mostly programs conferences account 1002, the Japanese Cultural Club, account 1901, to fund a trip to the Japan America Society of Washington, D.C. Cherry Blossom Festival from April 12th to April 14th. First of 2 readings, Japanese Cultural Club.
Hey guys, my name is Leo and I'm actually a representative for JCC, which is Japanese Culture Club, and we're requesting funds to attend the Sakura Misura Festival from April 12th to 14th. And this festival is sponsored by Japan American Society of Washington, D.C., and is one of the largest exhibitions of Japanese culture in North America. This festival features Japanese cuisine, handcrafted goods, traditional and modern performing arts, and Japanese-themed parade. JCC has attended this festival 6 times since we have been recognized, and each year our club members have volunteered for the Japan America Society and have helped them in many areas, including taking surveys at the entrance, ticketing and giving brochures at the entrances too, and volunteering for kids as well as performing in the festival. In previous years, our Japanese traditional dance team has been invited to perform during these festivals, and we have been invited to perform this year as well. In doing so, we will be able to showcase our talents along with other Japanese dance teams from around the country. This trip is a great opportunity to represent Geneseo's JCC in the Japanese American community, as well as to make a lasting impression by continuing our volunteer work. This festival provides many opportunities for our members because it gives further insight for us for the Japanese culture, and because our club members are able to experience and will get this experience and never forget it. Japanese Culture Club is asking SA to fund half of the transportation and lodging costs, and yeah, everything is in the package. Any questions?
Justin?
So I think it's like the 4th year you can come up with a SA conference. Have you thought about putting it in your budget for future years?
I am not sure. This is my first year as representative, but definitely next year, since I'm planning on running for treasurer, I will see it soon.
Discussion on the reading? Justin?
I know it's like the 4th year that you've gone on this conference, and it always sounds like a good experience. So, wish you the best of luck. But shoot, I have another question. Can I ask it? May I?
Yes, I will allow it.
Are there any registration costs associated with this conference?
Is it on the sheet?
No, but you mentioned that you were only asking for lodging transportation.
I don't think.
Oh, there are.
Oh, there.
Parking.
Yeah, for parking, but since we're volunteering, I don't think there.
Oh.
Kate?
Just in past years, you've submitted, the group has submitted a copy of either the invitation to perform and who's performing, if there's a volunteer form. And there's something else that always happens too, if you've gotta be performing, so we can talk after. It's like an agreement, I think, between the organization, SA, and this Japanese Japanese American. just aside, there's paperwork that we may have to look into before.
Sadie?
I just want to say that I think it's really great that you guys volunteer and help out with this conference event. I just think it's really nice.
Seeing no further discussion, voting on the reading, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining? Your reading passed week 1700. Item 76, just 1213, be it resolved the SA Executive Committee. What? So 78, 78-1213, be it resolved, the SA Executive Committee allocate up to $1,902.70 from SA Programs Conferences, account 1002, to fund Geneseo Quidditch to attend the Quidditch World Cup from April 11th to April 15th, first of two readings, Geneseo Quidditch.
Okay, how's it going, everyone? My name's Rob Sherry. Going off of our reading, pages are missing on it. In the back. That is right, we're missing part about transportation as well as our rationale and roster. But the full amount we're requesting is $1,902.70. This is our second part of the reading. The original 300-ish came from our first reading. You guys know the gist of it. Basically, what we're requesting is for, in this reading, transportation costs. We'll be driving down, renting vans, and we're also going to be requesting funding for meals.
Questions? Justin?
You know if you have to pay for parking when you get down there?
No. Because it's part of our, it's going into our registration fees, so for the tournament.
Nothing?
I have two questions for you, sir. First of all, when you came the last time, you mentioned something about flying down, and
Right.
you know you're taking events. Can you explain what caused the switch?
The amount of money we'll be saving. I mean, figuring if on a good day we might be able to get flights out of Rochester for $220 round trip for 22 people, it would cost us going over $4,000 or $5,000 at least minimum. Whereas renting vans is going to cost us for 3 minivans, or maybe 4. I got to double check. It's going to cost us $900 plus probably about $1,400 for gas. So all in all, per person for this trip is probably going to cost me $110 for 4 nights in Florida, which you can't beat.
My second question is, if this passes both weeks, is your conference fully funded? Is this the last reading?
This is our last reading.
Okay, so you won't need to come back for part 3?
No, this is it.
Justin?
I also have two questions. And first of all, so you don't anticipate the need to stop the war during the night on driving in Florida?
Right now, for each car, we have a lot of our team members are over 21, so we're gonna have about 4 people that can drive in each car. So we're not gonna have an issue with that. If we do like 2-3 hour shifts.
Justin?
And how many people play at any one time, and how many people are you taking?
We are taking 22, 21 players plus coach.
Okay.
Dara? This is more a question for Kate. Is it allowed for them to just switch drivers like that? I know from all the when we go, we have like one driver that we're designated.
That's a very good question, like, you have to check with the rental company, that you may have extra.
Yeah,
per
we've talked to
driver.
them. Yeah, we've talked and we've worked it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Malcolm?
I think this question is more for Casey than for anything else. In the printing error, that caused some pages to be duplicated and some pages apparently to be left off. And we have the supporting documentation in next week's package.
And like I realized somewhere in the front of it.
Okay, any other questions? Discussion on the reading? Casey?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Oh, no, I actually, okay, that's
No, it's my fault. So. No one else.
No,
So I applaud you guys for saving so much money with the transportation. I honestly was convinced after the last time that flying would be the cheapest. But I applaud you guys for continuing working, putting time into the cheapest option.
Casey again.
But so my real comment was going to be that I know that Rob and other members from the organization have been really into the SA office and talking with Kate and myself and finding the best option. I think this was something that I'm glad we waited for because it's definitely the most cost effective way of getting it, even though it's gonna cause some hassle for the members. I appreciate all the work.
Justin?
I love Dr. Casey's sitting.
Sylvia? Yield. Any other discussion on the meeting? Moving on to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining? Congratulations, your reading passed 700. Now we are on to open discussions. Does anybody have anything they would like to talk about? Casey?
If I could see Alessandra at the end of the meeting.
Also, all of SA execs, we need to meet up in the SA office briefly. Okay.
If half an hour left, go vote, make friends vote.
Dara?
Oh, I was pointing out.
Oh, okay. Well, I adjourn this meeting at 7:28 PM.